Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods is directed by David S. Sandberg and stars Zachary Levi as Shazam. The film tells a story about Shazam and his family going out and saving people, being superheroes, and they have a fun time doing it, but some of the kids want to do other stuff for their future. Unfortunately, two bad guys, played by Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, and a third sister, played by the all-likable Rachel Zegler. Oh shit. Oh my god. And I got another movie of her to review next. You know which one it is. They come in to try and take over the world, take over the city or something. They want the powers of Shazam back, and they want to cause destruction, blah blah blah. And the superheroes gotta stop them and save their future and reconcile some stuff about their past and family, and like... I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was excited for this film at first because I really loved the first Shazam. But as the marketing went on and just showed more of the film, the more I kind of got a bit disinterested. I liked the first two trailers, but then the later trailers and TV spots spoiled way too much of the film and just showed me that this was going to be more of a standard superhero film. But then it spoiled a pivotal part of the ending, and when I watched the ending, it just made everything worse. Let's just talk about the movie itself. As for the performances and the characters, I already liked them for the first film, so no shit I'm gonna like them here in this movie. All these characters and actors are very likable. The way they're written is really on par with the first film, and I really did care about them and who they were as people. The thing is though, I only liked them just about as much as in the first film. Nothing much has been done to really change them, and whatever they tried to do to develop these characters is only briefly explored, as they mostly are trying to figure out the plot and not much of their characters have been developed. As for the villains, not much is done with them that's been interesting. It's the three sisters that have been made up for this film, and to be honest, I would have preferred if they went up against Black Adam, because these sisters, played by Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler, I don't care about their plot lines. One of them is battle-hardened and just wants war. Helen Mirren is like the stern one that does want to cause destruction, but only in a logical sense and knows what her goal is. And Rachel Zegler is like the peaceful one, is the goody two-shoes of this group, and she is fine in the movie, but not much of her character has done something for me. Like, nothing with her has been very interesting in terms of character writing and even performance. I didn't really care much about these sisters in general. They just feel like objects for the plot for our characters to go up against. Now, the visual effects are fine. The action sequences are a lot of fun. It's a much grander scale in this movie. Like, the action is much bigger, but that doesn't always mean better. There's something about the first film, despite it not being too action heavy, that I appreciated a lot more in that regard, as it focuses more on the characters. This movie attempts that, but I don't think it was able to do it in the same level as it did in that first movie. I felt like the first movie did it perfectly, and I cared about the characters a whole lot more, and that made the action in that film all the more engaging, despite not being as big in scale as this one. Whereas here, I didn't care much about the action. In fact, I care about the action a lot less, despite it being a much bigger type of film. However, I will say that the visual effects are really good and even better than the first movie. But to me, what sealed the fate of this film being a much worse film than the original is its ending. This is where I'm going to get into spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film, I would suggest checking out this review and then coming back after you've seen the movie. The ending has Billy Batson die and sacrifice himself to save his family. I would have preferred that ending, as it would have been a nice conclusion to the Shazam family saga and Shazam aspect of the character, even knowing that the character is not coming back. But I guess they thought they needed to include Wonder Woman to bring it back to life and have the happy ending. Oh my god. And it made the decision earlier and impact of his death pointless. I hated that the movie just rewritten itself just to have a happy ending and not satisfying an emotional conclusion as it could have had. If it stuck with that ending, I actually would have liked the film. But because the ending was so terrible and ruined my experience of the rest of the film, I found this movie to be utterly forgettable and pointless to watch. The characters are fine, the visual effects are good, the action is fine, but nothing here has been done in a way that improves upon the first film or made me care about the characters even further. Shazam 2 is just a forgettable superhero film, and for that reason, I'm going to give Shazam Fury of the Gods a C. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.